All right, people, this is math message 4-2. If you saw directions, we are on page 103 in our journal pages. Awesome. It says shoe length data. Look at the measurements on the stick-on notes. So pretend as a class we measured the length of our shoe using a ruler to the nearest ½ inch. Look, I have halves in here, so I know I must be doing ½ inches. And remember, count by ½ inches with me. Let's start at 0. 0, ½ inch, 1 inch, 1½ inches, 2 inches, 2½ inches, 3 inches, 3½ inches, 4 inches, 4½ inches, 5 inches, 5½ inches, 6 inches, 6½ inches, 7 inches, 7½ inches, 8 inches, 8½ inches, 9 inches, 9½ inches, 10 inches. Awesome. And 10 inches was the highest that we have today, so that'll come in handy. Any of those inches we can use when we round to halves, because 2 halves make a what? Yeah, 2 halves make a whole inch. Good. So it says, what is the shortest shoe length in your class and what is the longest shoe length in your class? Just use the measurements that I have. And you do not have to write these down, but make sure you're following along with me. You can write them if you want to. First, let's find the smallest measurement. Here's our data. What's our smallest shoe measurement? Smallest length. Well, I see 8s, 9s, and 10s, and 8's my smallest, so I'll go ahead and circle this. Do you see any other 8s? Oh, look at that. I see one right over here. Awesome. Let's go to the next highest. Well, if we're counting by halves, 8's my smallest, and then I have to add a half. So 8 plus a half is 8½ I see an 8½ here. 1. I see another one. 2, 3. I see 3 8½. Well, now I have to add another ½ inch. 8½ add a half, it makes a whole. So what's one more whole larger than 8? It would be 9. Do you see any 9s? I see one here, here, 9. Oh, seems to be a popular shoe size. Okay, what would be our next highest? If I'm at 9 and I'm counting by halves, what's 9 plus a half? It'd be 9½ and 9½ is greater because we're adding that extra half to just the 9. So 9½, 9½, 9½, 9½, and 9½. Great. If I add one more half, half plus a half makes a whole. What's one more whole than 9? It's one higher than 9. Let's use red. It would be 10. Circle all my 10s. Is there any numbers I missed? It does not look like it, and we have our data somewhat organized, right? This is all the information we took, our data. What did this ask us again? What is the shortest shoe length in your class? Well, I know 8 is my smallest whole number, and I have 8 and 8½ Which one's the smaller one? 8 or 8½? Well, it would be 8 because 8 has a whole extra half. It means it has half more than 8. So 8, and what's my label? What's the shortest shoe length? 8, and we measured it in inches. So 8 inches is my smallest. What is the longest shoe length in your class? Well, I have 8s, 9s, and 10s. 10s is definitely the bigger number. Do I have 10½? Nope. I just have 10. So let's go ahead and write 10. What's my label? Shoe length? Oh, it's in inches. That's right. And down below, it says use the class shoe length data to complete the line plot. There is an empty line up here. Why is that? What goes there? Our title. I put class shoe length data. That's a pretty good explanation. Okay. On the bottom, this is going to be our shoe sizes because that's what we're measuring. And let's label them with inches because we have the lengths in inches. Great. On the left side, what goes there? Oh my goodness, that was a hard E to write. Inches. What goes below? Remember, left is usually the lowest and it usually gets higher. So what should we put way on the left side of this line plot? And we'll tell you what a line plot is. Well, my smallest was 8, so I should write an 8 here. What was my next biggest? Next biggest was, oh, that's right, we had to add a half. So 8.5. And then third graders, let's add a half to 8.5. Half plus a half makes a whole. So this half plus another half, 9 is my next biggest. There we go. Then 9 plus a half would be 9 and a half because we added the half. Good. And then finally, one more half would make another whole, so 10. And did we get our smallest and our largest? 8 and 10. Smallest was 8, largest was 10. That makes sense to me. Okay, every time that you have a number over here, we put an X because it is a line plot. Watch how I do this. 8. How many 8s do we have? 1, 2. So I'm going to cross 1, 2. Guess what? I put 1x. What do you think I do next? Yeah, 2x. And I have no more 8, so I am all done with this 8. Now 8.5. I have 1, 2, 3. Guess how many x's you're going to put here? That's right. 1, 2, and 3. If I'm writing this down right now, so should you, because you are using the same data that I am using. This will be all of our classrooms. Good. Our next one is 9. How many 9s do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guess how many x's we're going to put on our line plot? 6. You got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Wonderful. Look at, was 3 half of our 6? Yes, it was. That's how we know. Good. The next one we're looking for is 9.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If this was 6, I know that this is just going to be 1 less. 1. This should be 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And our very last one is 10s. How many 10s do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. And if that was 5, I just know I need to go 1 less. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Put me on pause if you don't have all of this filled out. If not, we're going to keep going. Your line plot should be filled in. It says if you were buying gym shoes for your class, which sizes would you buy the most of and why? Think about how many X's we have. What was the most popular? If you were to buy gym shoes for your whole class, here's our class, which sizes would you buy the most of? Well, think about which ones you have the most of in your columns. I want you to write down 2 sizes that you would buy the most of. Write down 2 sizes. But then remember, it's why. You have to explain why would you buy those 2 sizes. Awesome. When you're finished with that, head on over to the next page with me. Oops, I think, did I go too far? Nope, this is exactly what we need. Look at another line plot. Someone else made their own. It says 4th grade shoe lengths. A 4th grade class is going to use their shoe length data to buy gym shoes for the entire 4th grade. Use your line plot to answer the question. So they did exactly what we did. Oh, and their shoe sizes are just a little bit bigger than ours. So we're going to use their line plot. It says how many children are in the class? How many children are in the class? Oops, I need my pen tool. This is the shoe length of their whole class. Each X equals 1 child. How many are in this class all together? And then how do you know? Explain how you got your answer right here. What is the longest, the maximum shoe length? So what's the biggest shoe length? And what's the shortest shoe length? Just like we did. I see it goes from 9.5 to 12. They were also going by half inches. So what's the longest and what's the shortest? Remember before we had the shortest and then the longest. Now they want longest then shortest. You figure that out. And then it says number 4. Aubrey thinks the class should buy a few pairs of shoes that are 11 inches long, although no one in the class has that shoe length. Do you agree? Explain. So Aubrey thinks we should buy a few that are 11, even though no one in the class had 11. Do you agree? Yes, I agree with Aubrey because, or no, I do not agree with her. We should not get a shoe that's 11 inches because, and then answer why. I want your own explanation. This is an opinion. Okay, great. Even if you're not done, you can hop on over to the next page. Whew, a lot of pages for these math lessons, you guys. Thanks for hanging in there. Oh, what happened? Dun, 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 dun. I don't know. All right, well, I can't get the whole journal page to show up, so we'll just have to use this and it'll break it apart. It says the chart below shows the approximate average annual snowfall in inches for 5 of the largest U.S. cities that receive at least 5 inches of snow per year. So New York gets on average, so about annually, so each year, 30 inches. Chicago gets about 40 inches each year. Philadelphia gets about 20 inches each year. Detroit gets about 40 inches this year. A year, and Indianapolis gets about 25 inches. Okay, with that information, with all that data, we're going to create our own picture graph. Okay, it says draw a symbol on the line next to the key to show 5 inches of snow. Complete the picture graph using the key and the data in the chart on screen 1 to write a title for your picture graph. Okay, so right now you need to think of a symbol or a key that you would use to show 5 inches of snow. What could you do? You could do a circle, you could do a star, but since we're talking about snow, maybe you draw a snowflake, and that's your picture. That would make sense with our story. Okay, what would our title be? Maybe we would say average snowfall in inches. Okay, that makes sense to me. So we have our title. Now we need to draw our pictures. This is going to be tough for me, but we're going to use that data, that chart that we just saw. So it says New York. I'll have to keep going back and forth, or you guys can see it, but I'll show you this one. New York, about 30, oops, I need the pen tool, about 30 inches. So how would we put that on our graph? About 30 for New York. Well, if I put one snowflake, oh my goodness, pen tool again. New York, and look at it's all going this way. This is the way your graph's going. You don't have to draw that arrow, but you do have to draw the snowflake. One snowflake, how much is that? 5, right? Because it's 5 inches of snow. But we need how many inches of snow? 30. So let's count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oopsie daisy. It's harder to draw in here than you think. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then 30. Whew, we made it. We have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 symbols times 5 because 5 inches each. 6 times 5 is 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Good. This shows New York has 30 inches. I want you to go ahead and draw the rest of these. Use your boxes. How would I have 40 inches for Chicago, 20 inches for Philadelphia, 40 inches for Detroit, and 25 for Indianapolis? And if each is 5 inches, think about how we just did New York. Fill out the rest of that, and then your questions say, look at the picture graph. How much more does it snow on average in Chicago than Indianapolis? Find the difference, people. Start at Indianapolis and count up to Chicago because Chicago has more. So start at what they have, count by what? Count by your symbols that are each worth 5, and then put it on here for inches. Then it says, write a different question that can be answered from the graph. So you use the graph and you come up with a question. Maybe to find the difference. Maybe which one's the greatest, which one's the smallest, which one has the same. Who has more if I add 2 of them? Come up with one that can be answered if I look at that picture graph. Great. When you guys are finished, go on to the next page, 106, and finish your math boxes. Remember to log on to Everyday Math on your lesson to have these read out to you if you need them. Keep up the great work and send pictures of all of these pages. See you next time.